The room is of modest dimensions. The light is sufficient. The floor is marked. It's relatively quiet. Air circulation is limited. The man makes his way to mark 1 on the floor. He takes his time. He stands on mark 1, facing us, with his feet apart. His back is straight, and his shoulders are broad. The man holds his head up. He is calm and certain that he's at the right place at the right time. The other man begins to walk. He arrives at mark 2 on the floor. He stands there, with his back to us. His spine is slightly curved at the top. His left hand hangs on his back trouser pocket. In his right hand, there is tension. The men make eye contact with each other. The man narrows his eyes for a moment. His mouth moves to the right, then back again. The other man breathes in and out deeply. Both men shuffle briefly on the spot. The third man enters. He takes the longest possible route to mark 3. As he walks, he scans the environment. His steps are measured and self-assured. His posture suggests confidence. He stands on mark 3, facing us. He's a man that many would find attractive. His arms are by his sides. He clenches his fists once. All 3 acknowledge each other's presence in a minimal manner. The man is standing at mark 1. The other man is at mark 2. And the third man is at mark 3. Men. 3 of them. The man and the other man shuffle a little in their positions. The man looks at the other man's shoes, then back at his face. The other man places his hands on his hips. The man makes a small step to the right, then turns a little to the left. He keeps a close eye on both other men. The third man brushes his shoulder once. He bends forward and touches his ankles. He stands up straight again. He walks to mark 6 and stands there facing the other two. The man takes a step to mark 2. The other man walks to mark 5. The man is at mark 2, the other man is at mark 5, and the third man at mark 6. The man and the other man face the third man and look at him intently. The third man avoids eye contact. The other man opens his mouth slightly. Good. He clenches his teeth. The man goes down on one knee. In the other man's hand there is tension. His focus is unshakable. Violent images flash in front of his eyes. The man stands up. He blinks once. He rolls his shoulders back and imitates the posture of the other man. The third man looks toward the other two. He nods once. He takes 2 steps forward, 1 step to the side, and 1 step back. The other man walks to the third man and stands close, facing him. Between their faces there is approximately 20 centimeters distance. They make eye contact. Both take a step to the right. The third man steps back to mark 6. He appears pale. The other man goes back to mark 5 and turns to face the third man again. The man bites his upper lip. A line appears between his eyebrows. The other man keeps looking at the third man. The third man and the man change places. The man is standing at mark 6. The other man is at mark 5, and the third man is at mark 2. They are both looking at the man. He stares back intently. Two men and their man. One man and his men. They are determined to see this to the end. The third man goes down on one knee. The man takes 2 steps forward, 1 to the side, and 1 back. In the hand of the other man, there is tension. Violent images flash in front of his eyes. This time for real. The third man stands up. A thought of indecent nature crosses his mind. The other man walks towards the man and stands with his face at approximately 20 centimeters distance from the man's face. They make eye contact and imitate each other's facial expression. The man sniffs once. The other man appears pale. He walks to mark 4, keeping a close eye on the other two from there. He returns to mark 5, and as he passes the third man, he touches his shoulder. For a moment, all 3 men rock their weight from side to side. The temperature increases by 2 degrees. The man walks to mark 3. He tilts his head to the right and brings it back. The third man stands on mark 1. They face each other. On the count of 3, both of them face the other man. 1, 2, 3. Two men and their man. The man goes down on one knee and stands back up. His breathing is a little faster. The third man steps forward. He stands closely facing the other man, approximately 20 centimeters distance. His face hardens. He returns to mark 1. The man and the third man change places. The man and the third man change places once more. Okay. All three keep a close eye on each other. The man and the other man change places. The other man opens his mouth slightly. Ah. He clenches his teeth. The man and the other man change places once more. Okay. The man is standing on mark 3. The third man is on mark 1. The other man takes 2 steps forward to mark 2. His back is slightly curved at the top. On his forehead, a vein is visible. In his right hand, there is tension. The third man makes a step back to mark 4. There is an inexplicable glow in his eyes. His nostrils flare. The man and the other man turn towards him. Both men are standing with their feet apart and their arms by their sides. The other man nods once. He takes 2 steps forward, 1 to the side, and 1 step back. The man experiences an internal conflict. In his right hand there is tension. The man takes a slow walk to mark 6. For a moment he is unable to distinguish what is real. He remains alert. The third man places his hands behind his back. He nods once and walks casually away to his right. The other man walks slowly around the room. He acknowledges the man once. He walks casually away. The man brushes his shoulder. He bends forward and touches his ankles. He stands up again and walks casually away. No other men. Only 3 here. This time for real. 3 men left. 3 to go. The floor is marked. The air circulation is limited. The temperature is back to normal.